don't know why I did it, but I had the thought in my head to set the house on fire.
Do what? Speak up.
That thought in my head to set the house on fire.
You come this far. Nothing to be scared about.
Tell us how your grandmother died.
Just go ahead.
Your life is...
15-year-old Dominique Stuckey, sitting across from detectives as the pressure
Watch how this escalate fast.
around him continues to build. But at this point, investigators already know that something about his version of events doesn't add up, and it's only a matter of time before the cracks begin to show. On March 29, 2009, in Douglasville, Dominique placed a 911 call reporting that his grandmother's house was on fire, claiming that when he returned home, he found the property engulfed in flames, with his grandmother, Velma Stuckey, still trapped inside. He told responding officers that someone must have broken into the house, pointing out that the door was open and several items appeared to be missing, which at first glance made the situation look like a burglary that had spiraled into a deadly fire. However, once investigators made their way inside and began examining the scene more closely, it quickly became clear that this was not a random break-in and that something far more deliberate had taken place.
I will pay for all of your food if you can tell me how many subscriptions you are currently paying for.
Just...
And as weird as it may seem, the officers have some questions for the very person who called them to the scene.
All right. Why we're here today is we've spent 3 days on those records. Every kind of record you can imagine, and it literally took hours. And we'd start at 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:30, and go to 5 o'clock, and tracking where everybody is and seeing what it looks like with stories and stuff. And basically, here's where I am, Dominique. I think, and just listen to what I think, and don't make a statement. I think that something big happened during the early morning hours. Things went terribly bad.
Crazy behavior. What he did is extremely crazy. I can just say that y'all just keep watching.
You got caught up in something before you realized how big it was getting. And then you had to make a decision to do something about it to get yourself out of the situation. And it just evolved from there. And I think good people make some bad choices sometimes. I think that you could tell me where the TVs are, or you could lead me to where you got rid of them. And I think it would do your scenario, your status right now, it's not going to get any worse. It's going to stay just like it is, no matter what we talk about today. It is what it is now. So I would like for you to tell me exactly what went down and where those TVs are now, and come clean on that, and let's move forward and do the right thing for your grandma. Can you do that?
Already did.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I'm done.
I said I already did.
That's what you told Investigator Cosper, Investigator Sweat. That's it. That's how it went down. Okay.
As detectives began questioning him, Dominique...
Because this is gonna be extremely crazy video, and we're not still done. It's still heating up. Whatever he did was super crazy, and you're gonna see it in the next part.
Calmly walked them through his version of events, explaining that he noticed the garage door was open earlier that morning and decided to take the car out for a drive, which eventually turned into him getting lost while trying to meet up with someone he had been talking to. He said that after spending time driving around and contacting friends, he eventually found his way back home, and as he got close to home, He could see smoke. He thought it was regular smoke from the neighbors burning things. He said he saw smoke coming out of the roof and the wall of his house, and that the bedroom and bathroom windows were black. He went into the basement, and the interior door leading into the house was open. He also mentioned he made about 2 steps up the stairs and had to stop because fire was everywhere and that his television was missing from his room. But on further questions, Dominique's story changed a bit.
I want you to tell us, Dominique, and we talked about being truthful, right? As painful as it may be to talk about this case, you need to be telling the truth. You understand? And I don't want you to lie to us, Dominique. Okay? Look at me, please.
Okay.
I don't want you lying to us, because we kind of know what happened. We want to hear your version. We're not going to tell you what we think. We want you to tell us what you think, okay? And talk up.
Okay. I went to the mall. Well, my grandmother was going to Atlanta. I didn't know where she was going at first, but I know she was going to my Uncle Carl's house. But she was actually going to my Uncle Carl's house so they can go to the DeKalb County Jail and visit my Uncle Albert or put my books or whatever they were doing. And I told her I wanted to go to the mall, and when I was at the mall, I met with Quentin, and I talked to Corinne. I was supposed to be meeting Corinne there first. I was supposed to be meeting Corinne there first. And by the time I got there, Corinne was like, that she was leaving, so, and she was like, her mom's not going to let her wait, blah, blah, blah. Well, not blah. But I went over there, and she was already leaving, so she was already gone, so I just didn't get to see her. So I walked around the mall, and then that's when Quentin got there, and I met him outside of a department store, and we were just sitting there, and we was talking. We sat on the bench outside, an hour, talked, and then he left with that guy who was working at the little salon. 9 o'clock-ish, the mall was closing, and my grandmother, she wasn't there yet. Either she called me or I called her, but we talked on the phone, and she told me to go to Macy's, and just wait in Macy's. So, she got there around close to 9:30, 9 o'clock, and she picked me up. She told me it was a wreck or something on 20, and she had to take the back roads. So we went home. Got home. She was upstairs. I was upstairs. I was watching TV in the living room. She was in the kitchen eating chicken, and we talked about taking pictures at some photo gallery place that was just open in the mall. It was
That's because this is very extremely crazy. As we see by the video, as he said, he came back to the house was smoking. I don't know why, but let's keep watching the video to get to...
She went in her room and she took a shower, and then when she got out of the shower, I would go backwards and forwards to the computer, and I get on Instant Messenger, Yahoo Instant Messenger, BGC, or MySpace. And that's when I went to get something to drink, because downstairs I realized that my grandma had left the garage up. Well, she leaves it up, not all the time, but every now and then she would just forget about it, or just be doing something else, or bring grocery in or something. She'll leave it, but I was always go and close it, or she'll go out there and she'll close it. But 9 times out of 10 I closed it. So I got the thought in my head to go for a joyride. So I knew it was wrong, but still went anyway. That's when I got on the computer and I was talking to different people. I guess I was just hyped, adrenaline, happy, because I found an opportunity to go driving off somewhere. I don't know if that's his real name, but Waffle House is in Douglasville, and it's not that far. So, and for some reason he was like, no, he didn't go. So I was on BGC talking to different people, but
what is BGC?
It's called Black Gay Chat, but
okay.
Well, it's BGClive.com. Alex and Desmond. Well, I asked Alex to see me, to come and see me, but when Alex comes, Desmond comes, and that's majority of the time when he only comes. But so I was talking to Desmond, but I never directly asked Desmond to come see me. I asked Alex because And so I was like, okay, so I got some place to go now. So I didn't know him, but I had been talking to him for a long time. I never met him before. I was talking to Desmond, and I was telling him that I'm about to go, but I never told him where I was going. I just told him that I was leaving. So he was telling me
how you handle it, and reason why I say that, because I feel like he handled this whole situation wrong.
to not go because it's your grandmother's car, and you can get in trouble. She can call the police on you, put you out, all this other stuff. Basically, like what a friend would do, just tell you, oh, that's wrong, don't do that. So I really didn't listen to him. But then I just played along with it, and I was like, okay, I'm not going. And then, I don't know, I just found it to be funny, and I was like, no, I'm just playing, I'm actually going. So I ended up leaving the house. Actually, I took a shower first, and then I left the house. And so I left the house, and I was following directions. I turned on the door that shows to the left, and I just kept on going. And eventually, and I got to a point where the road couldn't go anymore. So it was either you turn left or you turn right. And I just went, like, turned around. Like, the street goes up, and then I went down, and then I turned around and just got back on the street and went down. And I realized I was like, I don't know where I'm at. I was looking at my directions, and I was like, I'm just lost. So I'm just driving up and down the road, not knowing where I'm going. For directions to Yeager Road, and she gave me directions to Yeager Road. Well, directions, and he gave me directions, and I was like, okay, thank you, and left. He was still walking. He gave me directions on. I was not that far from home.
I don't know why he burned down his grandma's house, honestly. But if y'all got some value from this video, please subscribe to the channel. We'll be dropping more videos like this.